Let's start your chatbot agency in 3 steps. My name is Robert, and I've been working with chatbots since 2017, and I've actually run my own chatbot agency where we provide chatbot solutions to clients since 2019. I've also been helping entrepreneurs set up their own chatbot agencies since 2020, and these 3 steps are the ones that we all follow to get that agency working well and generating its revenue within 45 days. Step number one is to understand your audience. Now, in this case, the audience refers to your ideal clients. Who is it that you want to work with? What do they sell? What do they offer? What do they serve? Because an ideal client doesn't just come down to what is it that they're selling, or are they a cafe or a salon or a car dealership or a restaurant, hotel. It's not just about that. It's also about who are they serving, because you'll have cafes that work with really high-end clients, and then you have cafes that don't. You have car dealerships like Jaguar, and then you have car dealerships like the Nissan dealership. And they deal with different people. They deal with different demographics. So it's not just a matter of saying, okay, I want to work with a car dealership and all car dealerships will do for me. It's also a matter of figuring out, okay, well, what's the exact pain point of your ideal specific micro niche client? For example, a Jaguar dealership, they don't have a lot of turnover. They don't need to be turning over a lot of sales in order to meet their quotas. Whereas a Nissan dealership or a Toyota dealership that deals with more volume, they need a whole lot of just people coming in through the door, showing them the cars, and a whole lot of cars driving out of the lot, right? So that's going to be the difference between them. And the way that you develop a chatbot for them will be different because the needs are different. Now, the easiest way to find out if a potential client needs you and needs what you're offering is to go to their Facebook page or their Instagram account and send them a message. That's it. Because depending on how quickly they answer you, will tell you how desperately they need a chatbot to step in and pick up the slack immediately. This is something that's called mystery shopping. Then, depending on how that conversation goes when they finally answer you or they don't finally answer you, is how you can then talk to them about setting up a chatbot for them. Now, the easiest way to do this is to start with a simple use case of a chatbot. Now, let me explain what that means. Every business that needs to have a conversation with a potential customer, client, in order to get the sale has use of a chatbot. Because with a chatbot, we can emulate the conversations that they're going to be having with their customers anyway and make sure that they happen on time every time. So let's leave car dealerships aside for a second and look at hotels, for example. Hotels might have a lot of messages coming in, a lot of inquiries about space, about room and board. Not necessarily whether they have promotions going, although that is obviously going to be a very important part of any chatbot. So the deal here is that if you set up a chatbot for a hotel that takes care of inquiries about the available rooms, about the amenities, the services, with all the frequently asked things, you're going to be resolving a problem for a hotel. If on the flip side, you're going to work with a barbershop, your chatbot needs to be able to book appointments, right? So somebody comes in and says to the chatbot, how's it going? I'm interested in a haircut. The chatbot that you've developed is programmed or already gives them the options to choose what they want next in the conversation, right? Because there are two kinds of chatbots, the mechanical ones or the rule-based ones. And then you also have the AI ones, which are the new fancy ones that take a little bit more knowledge as far as connecting it up and prompt engineering. The easiest one to start with is a rule-based chatbot, and it does a lot of work for a lot of people, and it makes a lot of money for your clients. So don't worry about the AI stuff yet. Going back to what the chatbot actually does. The chatbot says, hey, here are the options, and then it allows a person to take a look at the barbers or hairdressers at the salon or barbershop, and then even go ahead and book an option and even prepay for it. So they arrive, they get taken care of, and then they just walk out, and the chatbot did all the work. Now, in order to build these chatbots, we need a platform that's going to allow us to do it. We're going to focus on the use of ManyChat. It's one that I've been using for a long time. I'm currently an educator of theirs, and let's go ahead and dive right into this. The way an appointment booking flow will look is something like this. They're going to come in through a Facebook ad, or they're going to send a message that contains the word appointment or haircut, and they're going to land right here, and we're going to say, hey, first name, great to have you interested in a new look. We have appointment spaces available next week. Shall we choose a date and time for you? And then we can either let them say, remind me later after work, or we can go ahead and book it right now. Is it for someone else or for you? They say, for me, great. We're going to go ahead and put in there the first and last name that Facebook is already giving us into the user field of the appointment name. If it's for someone else, we're going to go ahead and ask who that is for. And we're going to save this information under the same user field that we expressed up here. Once that's done, we're going to choose a date and time for the appointment. Here's where they can come in, and they're going to have a little button that pops up under here, and it'll be a calendar that they can just click on. Once we've got that, we're going to ask for their email, for their phone number. We're going to save this to their email and phone number custom user fields, as exemplified right here with the save email to system field. And then once we've got all of this booked up, we'll say to them, you're booked for, and then we're going to pull back the information from the hair appointment date and time, but we're going to phrase it like this: Saturday date at 3:04 p.m. Right? Obviously, it's not going to be 3:04. It's going to be whatever time and date that they actually chose, but that's going to be what's going to appear there. Once it's done, they say thanks, and it's my pleasure. All right. If we want to make this a little bit more complicated, we can add another button here that says choose a different time. And we can also put in here confirmation information like, is this for so-and-so? Is the phone number that we're using this one? Is this the email? And all of this can be built in, but it all goes on top of this very basic primary flow that you can actually take to a potential customer and close them as a client today, tomorrow, having built this for a hair salon. Charge them $100 a month for this. Something easy, something cheap, something simple to get you going. And it's really the first step in your chatbot agency. Right, so those are the 3 steps that we're going to be looking at. Step 1 is to understand your audience completely well. Step 2 is to start with a simple use case. And step 3 is to leverage a platform that already exists in order to build your chatbot. Don't start from the beginning. Don't learn how to code. Just grab one of these platforms, grab one of their 7-day free trials, and get started on it and see how it works. Now, here's how I can help you further. I'm making a series of these videos right now where I'm explaining how the chatbot agency business works, how it's simpler than almost any other agency business model out there. And below this video, you're going to find a couple of links. One is going to be to a 5-day challenge. If you've never built a chatbot before, you can go ahead and click on it, register for it, and in 5 days, using one of these trials that these platforms offer you, I'm going to teach you how to build your first chatbot. Lastly, if this was useful for you, please go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hit like. And I'll be seeing you in the next video, and I hope to bring you a whole bunch of value.